Sweet. Alright. Super excited again today. Beautiful thirsty Thursday. Hello, hello, hello. Rolling Stag today. We are back in action and Katie is on tour. So I am rolling solo, but really excited to share an awesome producer today. Yeah, let's get rolling. Give everyone just a minute real quick. Awesome, okay. People are jumping on, sweet. So, hello again. Super excited for a Thirsty Thursday. My name is Austin Smith of Noble Wine Tours, based in Napa and Sonoma counties. We do private luxury customized wine tours, and we started doing these awesome Facebook and Instagram streams back when we got shut down from COVID-19. This is episode 8, and super excited to be here. We're highlighting a family winery, but kind of there are 3 different projects. We're doing Alexana Winery out of the Willamette Valley of Oregon in the Dundee Hills appellation, Corazon del Sol of in the Yucco Valley in Mendoza, Argentina, and then Revana Winery in St. Helena of Napa Valley. Love all of these wines. Super excited to share them. Really impressed by the lineup, and we have a lot of fun wines today. I want to thank everyone again for joining, checking us out, and logging on. And I got the Robinsons in the house. How's it going? Good to see you guys. Got Nana in the house. Hey. So let's get started. So doing 4 wines again. We're going to do another fun white. We haven't done one on any of the episodes yet. Doing a Riesling, a Pinot Noir, both coming from Willamette Valley of Oregon, and then doing a Malbec coming out of Argentina, Mendoza from the Yucco Valley, and then doing a Cabernet Sauvignon from Revana Winery in St. Helena. We love working with Revana Winery. We've taken a lot of the guests there, and they do these 2 other projects, and I love everything they do. Really excited. Never been disappointed by any of their wines, and extremely look forward to popping corks or twisting caps for all the stuff that they make. So let's get going. Stephanie, good to see you. Thanks so much. Okay, so a really cool story. Revana was started by Dr. Medaya Revana. He still practices full-time, 40 hours a week out in Houston, and it's nuts to think that that guy, after having a full-time medical practice, could start 3 wine projects on 3 different parts of the planet, and all of them are phenomenal, and yeah, just crazy. That guy's a freaking workhorse. So Alexana Winery, Dundee Hills of Willamette Valley. Super excited. As some of you may know, me and Katie want to head up there in a couple years and expand out there. Love the wines that come from out there. Really excited to go back. We might be doing a little road trip up there this fall. But Brian Whale is the winemaker there. Corazon del Sol. Argentina is super high on our list. I think it'll be the next place we venture to internationally. Can't wait to bring the kids and go check out all their wines and deliciousness. But Corazon del Sol, it's out in the Yucco Valley. Mendoza would be the closest area, and they just have some phenomenal wines, and super excited to share their Malbec. Yeah, and Santiago Achavel is the winemaker there, sorry. And then Revana Winery, work with a ton, phenomenal cabs coming out of Napa, very site-specific, huge terroir-driven wines. And Thomas Rivers Brown, famous winemaker there, started with Heidi Barrett back in the day. Yeah, again, location, Dundee Hills, Willamette Valley, Yucco Valley, St. Helena, and really excited. First vintage for Alexana was 2005. Sorry, gosh, let me go backwards here. This is easier. So Revana Winery was the first project that they started. He purchased and planted the vineyard in '97. First vintage was in 2001, and then Alexana was the project after that. 2005. Purchased and planted the vineyard, and then 2008 was the first vintage off of the estate. 2006 they sourced some grapes and made their technical first vintage, but off the estate vineyard 2008, and then in 2008 purchased and planted. The Corazon del Sol property, and first vintage was 2011. Revana's got 11 acres, 8.2 are planted. Alexana's got 80 acres and 55 are planted, and then Corazon del Sol's 18 acres and 17 are planted. All of them are really, really small in terms of production. Revana does 4,000 cases. Alexana is going to be the biggest. They're at 14,000, so still really small. And then Corazon del Sol is at 6,000. So phenomenal wines. Philip Hink in the house, how's it going? Curtis Sylvester, great to see you guys. Thanks so much. And let's get going. So starting off with Riesling from Dundee Hills. This is Alexana 2018 Riesling from Dundee Hills. Goes for $32 a bottle. It is 12.9 on the alcohol. And this is a really fun wine. Don't see a lot of Rieslings in Napa or Sonoma. It's awesome that they're doing it up north there from us. And this is aged 4 months, Surly style in the barrels. It gets 5% new oak, 7% neutral, the rest is stainless steel. 12.9 on the alcohol again, and then just over 500 cases produced, 513 to be exact. Surly style, super fun if you don't know what that is. So they're aging the wine on the lees or on the dead yeast cells in the barrel. So when they crush, ferment, inoculate or do a wild fermentation, there's going to be all the yeast cells, and they put that into barrel before they fine it from the tank or filter it out. So all those yeast cells are going to collect and gather at the bottom, and then Surly, they're going to stir those barrels up a couple times a month, a couple times a week, whatever they prefer, and that's going to add a really nice richness, texture, flavor to the wines. Chardonnay, it's very, very popular. There's a handful of guys doing it with Sauv Blanc. But yeah, I haven't seen too many Rieslings doing that, so I'm excited to check it out. Let's give it a whirl. Chris Trusello in the house, how's it going? Good to see you. Nice, yeah, Revana was fantastic last time you guys were here. Glad you enjoyed it. And then got my mom in the house. She came over from Hawaii a few weeks ago, and she's traveling around. Glad she's back on the lower 48. Really rich aromas on this guy coming through with some apricot, lychee, a little bit of that diesel coming through, but not overwhelming. Like you might get some with some German Rieslings are really popular, kind of getting that petrol characteristic. Just very faint on this. White peach, pear, really nice. Let's check out the palate. That's killer. Lychee still carrying over. D'Anjou pear. Really nice. A lot of minerality still. Limestone kicking up, lemon peel. Oh, that's really nice. Got some nice like muddled lime on the finish. That pear is still hanging on there as well. Nice long finish. Really coats the palate. Rich mouthfeel. Balanced on the acidity, and yeah, that pear and that kind of lychee, that lime characteristics is still really hanging on. Really refreshing, bright, nice acidity again, really balanced. I would do like oysters on the half shell with this, or get some of that clam chowder from Hog Island Oyster Company. Just lights out. Awesome wine, 2018 Alexana Riesling coming from the Dundee Hills, Willamette Valley. $32 a bottle, smoking good. Awesome wine, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing that. Alright, next we're going to check out some Pinot Noir. And this is 2017, also from Alexana. Pinot Noir from the Dundee Hills as well in the Willamette Valley. This is from the estate Revana vineyard on the property. $60 a bottle. Let's check this out. Alright. My sister Katie in the house, thanks so much for joining. 11 months in the barrel with this guy, 37% new oak, 13.5 on the alcohol, $60 a bottle again, just over 1,600 cases produced. And they do a native yeast fermentation on this, so kind of talking about Surly and then native yeast. Most wines out in the marketplace are using a synthetic or a man-made yeast, and they're inoculated with it. They're going to add it into the fermentation after they pick the grapes and crush the grapes. Man-made yeast and synthetic yeast are great because they're predictable, they're controllable. You'll know if you need to heat that tank up to 80 degrees, it'll kill that yeast. Wild yeast, or native fermentation as it's known, you're relying on the yeast cells that are just on the outside of the grapes that form naturally from them growing, and also just the native yeast that's flowing around in the air at your winery or wherever you're located on this planet. Native yeast fermentations add a lot more kind of a flavor, richness to the wines, but it's a little bit more risky. If you're a talented winemaker, most don't have an issue with them, but if you're not and you think that it's 80 degrees and you heat your tank up to that and it's going to kill it like your synthetic yeast, for native yeast it might be 81 or 82 or whatever, so then it's going to start fermenting again in the bottle. You're going to get all these off and funky flavors. But again, if you do it well and you make a phenomenal wine, they're going to have a little bit more richness, texture, a lot more layers and depth using that native yeast. Kind of like fining and filtering your wines. Some believe it's going to strip those wines versus that don't unfine and unfilter. And native fermentations are similar with that. Winemaker's choice, all preference, but $60. Let's check it out. Really nice. A lot of floral on this, kind of jasmine coming through. Picking up the Bing cherry, little hints of wood, like sandalwood maybe. Definitely has some earthiness, some richness. That's good. Yeah, the earth and the minerality is still kicking through. Crushed gravel, flint. Really nice. That's awesome. Bright cherry. Little hint of spice, maybe some white pepper. Toasted oak still coming through. Cool climate up in the Willamette Valley. One of the best places on the planet to grow Pinot Noir, and one of my truly favorite places for Pinot on this beautiful earth that we all share. Just has a nice richness to it. It's a little bit bolder than some of the Carneros Pinots and stuff we get. Anderson Valley, getting up north, gets a little close to them. Really, really nice. Nice elegance. Kind of some cherry cola on the finish. Also, again, long finish. Definitely a nice characteristic, a theme with the wines from Alexana. Bright, balanced acidity. Medium mouthfeel, not overwhelming. Medium tannins, again. Compared to most California Pinots, again, it still has some gumption, has a little bit more bravado, a little more weight, I would say. So really nice. That's great. Do like a duck confit, like risotto with this. Yeah, you'd be in heaven. Awesome, awesome Pinot. Again, 2017 Alexana Pinot Noir from the Dundee Hills of Willamette Valley, coming from their estate Revana vineyard. $60. Fantastic job. Super excited to go up there again and check you guys out. Probably do that this fall. Okay. And then the next international highlight for us, once COVID-19 ends and they have a vaccine and we can travel safely internationally, Argentina, I think, is definitely going to be our next spot. We're really looking forward to it. The best thing that happened during COVID-19, besides us getting to spend so much time with our beautiful boys, is Katie is no longer a pescatarian. Crazy. She started eating some cold cuts and some charcuterie recently, loves prosciutto, and can't wait. And then Argentina, since it's predominantly steak, which she still hasn't done a full-blown steak yet, but at least we'll be in better graces of when we go there versus our trip to Texas and going to a barbecue joint with a pescatarian. Didn't go so well. We ordered the vegetarian plate, and we waited forever, and my brothers got their food, and I got mine, and then they dropped off and we kept waiting, and I asked, hey, should you order the veggie plate? Isn't there like some squash, some zucchini, and all that good stuff? And they're like, baked beans, potato salad, and all those have bacon in them. Good job. And it was a great time. But yes, Curtis, she went to the dark side. Thank you, Lord. All right, let's see. So I don't know how much we caught on that one. I'll repeat that real quick. So Malbec, super exciting, coming out of Argentina. Again, native to Bordeaux. Some producers here in Napa Sonoma grow it, but was pretty popular, and then Cab Franc kind of stormed the scene. Same with Rosé now. But 2017 Corazon del Sol Gran Reserva Malbec, coming from the Yuco Valley and Los Chaqueas. Oh, what happened there? My Facebook video says it's ended, really? Dun, dun, dun. Let me. It says it's still recording, but that's kind of weird. Hang on a second. Sorry, 1 second. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're still good. Sorry about that. Okay, this is aged 20 months in 40% new French oak. It's 14.5 on the alcohol, $75 a bottle, 145 cases produced, and they're using big and small barrels on this guy. So most of the traditional wineries you go visit are going to have the 60-gallon barrels. Those are awesome. They also make some puncheons that are 120 gallons. You're going to get a higher surface volume of the wine to the wood, not as much oak influence, if you will, versus a smaller barrel. Still allows nice oxidization and all that good stuff, but not overpowering it with the oak. So pretty fun there. And let's check it out. Thanks, Chris, for that. Thanks, Steph. Sorry, for some reason my computer was freaking out on me. We'll keep going. Oh, man. Nice gaminess on the nose. Kind of smoked pork shoulder, gamey, kind of bacon fat. Definitely getting a little floral as well. Violet, blackberry, plum, kind of black pepper. Really nice richness. Big and rich too. God, this wine is so good. Again, love everything these guys do. Yeah, just can't speak highly enough of the Revana people. Love everyone there to death. And super excited to go check out the other two wineries one day and meet their teams. But Sam, Jen, Scott Dell, Philip at Revana, awesome hosts. We love working with them. Nicest people. And again, producing some of the best wines, some of the best hosts in the valley, and really good juice. Their other two projects too, just, yeah. Again, that guy working, he's a freaking workhorse, working so hard in Houston full time, and have these 3 projects also on the side that are world class. Definitely plum, cocoa coming through, nice black currant. A little baking spice like nutmeg, cinnamon coming through. Still picking up that black cherry. That's really nice. Plum hanging on. Really nice long finish. This has definitely got some body to it. Nice bold tannins, but polished. Still hitting on the grapey kind of front of the palate. Balanced acidity, but super rich mouthfeel. Like this is just palate coating, just covering the mouth. And in tradition with Argentina, I would do like an open fire, like tomahawk steak on this guy. Just give me the meat. So Killer Malbec, Corazon del Sol, 2017 Grand Reserva Malbec from the Yuco Valley, Los Chayas. Again, $75. Awesome job. If you make it out there, definitely got to take the drive. They're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Got the Andes mountains there, just gorgeous scenery. And yeah, phenomenal wines. Okay, and moving on to the closer. We're going to check out the 2016 Revana Cabernet Sauvignon Napa Valley Terroir Series. This is 105 a bottle. Does 14 months in the barrel, 85% new oak. It's got 83% Cab, 15% Merlot, 2% Petit Verdot, 14.7 on the alcohol. Again, 105 a bottle, and just under 2,300 cases produced. So this is kind of their flagship. It's a little bit of distribution, I want to say, out to like restaurants and stuff like that. It's a blend of some of their best vineyards from Napa. Definitely when you go to Revana, they do their state vineyard, St. Helena property, phenomenal. They also started sourcing slightly. They do a Rutherford and a Howe Mountain cab that's also top notch. And then their Block 6 is their highest end, smallest production, Clone 6 cab coming from the heart of their vineyard. Phenomenal wines. If you buy any of their older vintages and stuff, I think 09 was the last vintage where Heidi Barrett was the winemaker. So you can get some of her juice. Fantastic. And then with Thomas TRB's lead, just continuing on in the future and making incredible wines. All right, let's check this out. Oh man, big richness on this, coming through with like Santa Rosa plum, blackberry, blueberry. Again, picking up the baking spices, nice floral with like some lavender. Has a hint of black olive. That's really nice on the palate. Smooth, toasted oak, black cherry, little sweet tobacco. Kind of has some like ripped earth, so a little minerality. A lot of layers. Oh, that's great. Big bold wine still in this guy. I could definitely lay this down for another decade, no problem. But still balanced, approachable right now. Not austere or anything like that. Blackberry cobbler coming on the finish pretty strong. Again, long finish as well, just hanging on. Bold tannins, definitely heavy. You know, this is a big, rich, full-bodied Napa Valley wine. Awesome. Really balanced acidity though, again. Nothing's popping out or anything like that. It's really balanced. And again, great minerality and earthiness. That's really nice. I would do like an applewood smoked pork chop on this guy. Kind of a blackberry compote to go with it would just be banging. So, 2016 Revana Cabernet Sauvignon Napa Valley Terroir Series 105. Awesome lineup. Definitely recommend if you come back out to Napa. We'd love to share Revana with you in a couple of years when we head up north. We'd love to share Alexana. And then we start doing Noble Wine Tours Abroad tours once or twice a year. We'd love to take you to Corazon del Sol. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Love that we can continue to do this. We are opening up completely here in Napa and Sonoma. Hopefully that'll continue. At 19 counties closed yesterday, but we're not affected. So all the restaurants, hotels, wineries, and all that stuff are good to go. And we'd love to have you out. Come show us some support. Buy some wine. These guys are offering some nice incentives. You can reach out to me directly for those. And we look forward to having you back. As always, thanks again for joining. Hug and kiss your loved ones. And remember, wash your hands. Thanks so much. Cheers.